What's going on, High Society? Welcome back to another episode, Sordward and Shielbert Spectacular Podcast, episode 27. See what I did there, Dave?
Oh yeah.
Little sleight of hand, magician work here. It's the Commissioner Ryan, head coach, your Boston Braviers, the currently undefeated two-time reigning champion, joined by our buddy Dave, head coach, Reno Weezings. How's it going, Dave?
Not too bad. Just another Saturday night for me.
There you go. You are currently our friend, but next week you will be our enemy, Dave. And little spoiler alert, the Boston Braviers and the Reno Weezings are meeting in the Elite Four of the finals. So, smack talk at the end of the podcast for sure. But speaking of playoffs, we'll get right into it, Dave. We're going to talk about a few of the matches that happened for playoffs. So, I guess we'll just talk about the bottom bracket. So what happened with the bottom bracket is we actually didn't have any playoff games this week with that because some personal stuff happened with a couple teams, health issues. And I just want to say, I'm not sure if he watches this, but Ian, head coach, Seattle, Shiny Sylveon's lost a very close family member. His brother passed away. Yeah, so I mean, totally, we understand that, and my thoughts and prayers obviously go out to Ian and his family there. Very, very tragic stuff. So just wanna say that before we get into, the more lighthearted stuff. But yeah, so basically what that's going to result is in next week, the Vero Beach Volcaronas and the Sin City Squirtles are going to face off in the finals, winner getting the number one overall pick in next season's draft. So
Awesome.
Good luck to those two coaches. Out of those two teams, Dave, which one do you like?
I mean, Cinderace is like number one on KOs, I think, was it?
Yep.
For this whole season. So he's definitely formidable, but with Cincinnati's new coach, they might be able to, whip things around. That Ferrothorn? Right, one of them has Ferrothorn. Right?
Yeah, Sin City has Ferrothorn.
He's going to have to find a way through that thing, because I feel like
well, I guess
as long as he
Cinderace
takes
is
out
through that thing, right?
Yeah, well, as long as he takes out Cinderace in some way or another, then he's pretty much wallowing their whole team. I don't know. That's my thought. So.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good match. We'll have to see. I think Sin City's team is pretty weak to Cinderace.
Yeah, they also have the.
They have the Ralladon, which isn't very bulky. Doesn't deal to its steel typing. Doesn't resist Cinderace. Vanillix.
Conkeldurr would be really good on their team too, especially if it has Mach Punch there.
Yeah, which he does, because I traded him Pokemon to breed it with. So
I'd say if you're Cincy, watch out for those two Pokemon, but otherwise, I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, sure. I think Noivern and Reuniclus can take care of the Conkeldurr, depending on. I mean, it might be packing not Mach Punch, Ice Punch for the Noivern. But you can only fit so many coverage moves, so we'll have to see exactly what goes down there. But I think that'll be a good match, like you said. Justin, friend of the channel, Pokecard Collector, has taken over for the Sin City Squirtles the last couple games of the season. And he's been doing very well. Got their first win in the playoffs against a pretty competent team. So. Good luck to both teams. The number one pick is on the line. Dave, what do you think? If let's say Justin does win as the Cincinnati Squirrels, he is joining the society next season under the Team Australian R-Box. Should we promote the R-Box to the majors and give him the number one pick?
I think it'd be nice to get some input on him, or from him.
Yeah, I mean, I'll offer to him. If he wins it, I know he wants to play in the minors and get some more skill level. But I mean, if he wins it, right, then doesn't that show he's got some amount of skill level?
Yeah,
Because I think Vero did pretty well this season, all things considered. You know,
for sure.
yeah. So all right, into the championship bracket. We had a few games this season. Ooh, let's start off with a spicy one. A little bit of Cinderella story, the
Oh yeah.
underdog taking it over. We're talking Charm City Charizards taking on the number 2 seed Denver Ninetales. Denver Ninetales losing to yours truly.
Here, let me put a light on one real quick.
Oh yeah, go for it. Go, 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 go.
It's better.
All right, so Dave, going into this match, we know both teams. Which one did you have going into the match?
I thought. Wait. Sorry. Who were the two again? Sorry.
Denver and Charm City.
Yeah, I thought Denver was going to take it for sure, but watching the match, things went way differently. It's,
Yeah.
especially with some of those crits.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I will say, looking at, I did think it was closer on paper than just like the records would say, like 7-1 versus a 4-4. I do think just based on the Pokemon, it was closer on paper. Porygon 2 can be very annoying. It's just very bulky, and it's decently offensive for such a bulky Pokemon. But yeah, as you said, there was a key exchange between Charm City brought Scarf, Goodra, which shifty choice scarf on an unsuspecting Pokemon can really throw a wrench in different teams because you're expecting, certain speed tiers and stuff, and then oh shoot, this thing is a lot faster than I thought it was gonna be. So double crits plus a heelless focus blast miss. I think that was a key exchange that Denver lost. And then
Focus Blast always misses.
yeah, focus miss. We know the meme, but the odds of back-to-back crits into a plus a focus blast miss. Yeah. And then we go into the last part of the game where Rabami is able to get a stun spore off on the Porygon 2. And 4 turns pass with Porygon never getting fully paralyzed in any of those turns. And Porygon
RNG, man, RNG.
Yeah, and Porygon's able to KO the Darmanitan. And for those who question it, run the calcs. That was the only way Denver was going to win in that position. I'm assuming the Porygon 2 is the gift Porygon that was given away a couple months ago. So I used those stats for that, but there's the best Denver could have done was tie from that position because Darmanitan.
Right, you're forgetting about crits.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a crit Moonblast, but a crit Flare Blitz would have just KO'd the Darmanitan with it due to the recoil. But yeah, so I will say, good job, Denver. You did what you could, but Charm City is a team of destiny. And let's see which team is destined to lose against them next. Because the next matchup we had was Paris Saint-Germain, the number 6 seed, taking on the number 3 seed, Montreal Milotics. Now, Dave, do you remember back in the Wayback Machine? Okay, rewind it back for me. Week 2 of the season, Montreal and PSG played against each other, and PSG edged them out by 1 Pokemon.
Is that right?
Yep, that's right. That's correct. Wow. 1 Pokemon, PSG beat them. That put Montreal down to 0-2 to start the season. Do you remember what happened after that week?
Montreal just took off.
They took off on the back of a rapid striking Urshifu. Water.
What was his S tier before that again?
Aegislash.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah. I mean, Aegislash is fine, but anyway, from his Rapid Strike Urshifu and won the rest of the games, went 6-2, ended up in the 3 seed based on record and points because he crushed everybody after that. So this is a rematch. The revamped Montreal Milotics taking on the last team to beat them, PSG. So Dave, going into this match, who do you have?
I was up against the Dragapults, but that was last week.
Yeah.
We did it earlier because I was on vacation this week. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to, get Wi-Fi coverage. I don't know if you guys went. I think you guys went over it last week.
We went over. No, I mean for the PSG versus Montreal, who did you have to win?
Oh,
before the match. Who do you think?
I don't know. Those two, I thought they were pretty evenly matched. Like Clefairy is such a force. I was surprised she was B tier, honestly. And I expected her to cause a lot of trouble, and apparently they did, from what you were saying. But I don't know. They were pretty evenly matched. I feel like the Milotics had a different schedule than PSG had. So their lead, I feel, wasn't as evident of, I guess, their team strength. But it turns out that it was. I mean, like you said, PSG won the first time, so it was a lot closer than, or I thought it was a lot closer than. I mean, only one team can win, so it was probably close. I still haven't seen it, so I don't know. I don't know how many people, Pokemon were, left at the end. So it
okay.
Probably was really close.
Let's go over it because it'll be premiering, but before this premieres. So
okay, right.
Spoiler alert! Couple spoiler alerts.
Ooh.
1, Urshifu Rapid Strike didn't die the whole season. 14 KOs, zero faints. As you kind of allude to, Dave, Clefable gets the KO on Urshifu with a Moonblast.
Oh, yeah.
So Urshifu falls. You would think now that is the lucky charm that broke Montreal's back. No, Montreal is able to turn around, and they actually win with 4 Pokemon remaining.
Oh, dang.
Yes. So Montreal putting a dagger in PSG's heart, moving on to face the Charm City Charizard. So what do you think? Can Charm City continue this run from last place in Season 2, making the run for the championship here? Will we see them in the championship finals, Dave? Or is Montreal just a whole different level?
I don't know. Trying to think of Charm City's team. I was gonna say Ferrothorn can wall a bunch of stuff, but then also there's the.
You want me to pull up the teams, Dave?
Yeah, sure. Actually, that'd be good.
Yeah. Let's do that one second.
I should probably do that too on my own end.
All right, so here's Charm City's team, Dave. So we see G-Max Copperajah. They got their own Urshifu, so this is a battle of brothers.
Oh.
Urshifu v Urshifu. But the water Urshifu beats the dark Urshifu.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dark Urshifu's weak to fighting, so.
Right, obviously.
Just takes a good close combat and you're done. But they got Alakazam, so their Alakazam beats the Urshifu. They got Goodra, Incineroar, Lapras, Pikachu, who hasn't seen a game. Get this man.
Honestly, when I was about to fight Charm City, I was afraid of the Pikachu. I thought he'd bring it out, and no joke. I thought it would tear me up because my team is so weak to electric types.
Yeah. Kangaskhan hasn't seen too much play. Porygon 2 and Mudsdale. So, interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
This Alakazam has to do a lot of work, I think.
What are they gonna do? I guess Urshifu. I was gonna say, what are they gonna do after a Poltegeist gets a Shell Smash off?
Yeah. Yeah, you can just Scarf your Urshifu, right, and just Wicked Blow.
That's what I was
Scarf,
thinking. That's
yeah.
or Incineroar. Well, does Incineroar have enough speed? I don't think it does now.
No, but it has enough bulk. It should survive one Shell Smash of whatever he wants to do. Like, Poltegeist is only going to run, usually run Store Power, which is Psychic type, so it wouldn't work against Incineroar.
Okay.
Giga Drain or Shadow Ball, which Incineroar resists all those, and it's pretty bulky. So, I mean, he could go with either of these. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
I don't know. I just from standings and how things have been over the season, I would say the Melodics. Yeah, looking at their team, Ditto is such a threat. I was, I never fought against the Melodics, but I was always afraid of that Ditto.
Yeah, Ditto can be scary.
Yeah, I think just from how the season went, you would think Melodics, but I thought that against for Denver versus Charm City, so you never know. Again, everything's kind of up in the
Charm
air.
City's just gonna get back-to-back crits and never get paralyzed or confused, and
Sure,
that's just how the game will go for him.
RNG's a bitch.
RNG is a fickle woman. All right, so the game y'all been waiting for. Your two-time champ.
Oh.
He was in the playoffs, baby. And for those who didn't watch our practice games that we recorded, basically went like that. No spoilers, but we had a game plan. We executed it. Took down Minnesota, who Dave, you weren't afraid of Minnesota, but I know a lot of teams just don't have the tools to defeat what Minnesota can do from an offensive standpoint, just a hyper offensive team. Your strat was more just like, hey, I'm going to give you unbreakable walls that don't care how much you boost up and they'll just wear you down. My strat was just
taking them out, more offense. Oh, that too, taunt.
Yeah, taunt,
man,
and then
if more people brought taunt against me throughout the season, I'd have much worse of a record. I'll just say that.
Oh, don't worry, you'll be.
I know. Yeah.
Come a little closer. Fight like real men. So yeah, Matt, good job this season though. And yeah, the Brave Eries move on to face the Reno Weezings in the Elite Fours. So very exciting.
At least I made it the Elite Four. I can say that much. Well, we'll see. I might go out with the championship, but I'm just afraid of that Zeraora. That thing will tear up my team and all like.
Do you even have a
We'll
ground
see. I'll
type?
try something. I don't have any ground types.
Okay,
I don't have anything that
good to know.
resists. Oh.
That's good to know. I like no ground types with Zeraora for sure.
Yeah.
Like when Minnesota led Rhyperior, I was like, good, Grass Knot. You're dead. Don't get cocky in front of the Zeraora. Anyway, so that's the playoff. So Elite Four set. This is championship weekend, so the Elite Four games have to be done by Saturday this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we'll work this out, Dave. What, you off Thursday?
No.
No,
Friday.
hey, what's your day off?
Sunday through Thursday. That's my work week.
Oh, okay, so you're off Friday? I thought you used to have Thursdays off. Okay, we'll do our
ago.
battle on Friday.
Sounds good.
We'll do it like late Friday night or something. But and then Sunday is the championship match. So we got a lot of battles this week. Gonna be a lot of fun, but we got a lot of news this week too. So we are going to go over a little survey that I sent out to the coaches, just kind of like, oh, how's everything? How's life? Tell me about the kids. So we're going to take a look at that, see what the coaches said about the league, about what they want to see in the future, etc., etc. All right, so you ready, Dave?
Oh yeah.
All right, question one. Pretty basic. How would you rate your enjoyment of the league? We got 44% said most fun I've ever had with Pokemon. That's nice. That's a nice compliment. 33% said very enjoyable, and 22% said mostly enjoyable. So seems like everybody had fun, and that's the key.
Yeah.
You know, win or lose, it's all about having fun, and that's what we strive for here. So I'm happy with that as a commissioner, as the person who runs the league, that people are enjoying themselves.
I know for me, I've always been interested in the competitive scene, how certain Pokemon are competitive, viable, and whatnot. And but I've never had the opportunity to really do much with it outside of like fighting random people online. So this has been really fun in that way, being able to actually like put them to use. I made a bunch of before starting this league up. I made a bunch of competitively viable Pokemon, but it was just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
And I did a few online battles, but it never really went very far. So that was kind of my team here, just all the Pokemon that I decided to randomly train up for no reason. So it was cool.
Yeah.
I like that you gave me that opportunity.
Oh, well, you're welcome, David. All right, next question. How do you feel about the league competitiveness? So, one person said these coaches are pros. I don't know who this was, but if anybody watches our videos, we are not pros. All right, 22% said mostly competitive, 5% said pretty balanced, and another person said mostly casual. So, pretty pretty balanced overall. I say there is like an echelon sort of thing. Like there is like a cream of the crop of, probably like 6 or so coaches I think are kind of like ahead of everybody else, and then there may be like a couple people. But that's why next season we're adding a bunch of new coaches, but we're also splitting the league into a minors division, which is going to have its own little set of rules to kind of
Not fully evolved. That seems fun. I'm kind of bummed I'm not gonna be in the minors because I don't know, not fully evolved Pokemon seems really cool. I like you gotta cheer for the little guys a little while.
Exactly. That's like the gimmick part of it, but we're also going to do rules that are going to encourage people how to learn how to team build in different strats. So like the tier lists are going to be different. It's not just going to be like S, A, B, C. It's going to be like, okay, you have to pick so many Pokemon that do this thing, because every team needs like something that can do this. Like,
is that gonna be a thing in the majors too? Or is
no. Majors is gonna be pretty open. You can be able to pick the team you want, but in the minors, you gotta not handhold. I don't want to say that, but I'm trying to encourage people how to learn how to build a good team, and
Gotcha.
all that sort of stuff. So there'll be different things in the minors, but I hope the coaches have fun. That's number one thing about both leagues. Have fun, but also in the minors, I want to make sure that they're learning about competitive Pokemon. I'm going to be coming out videos every week that are going to be specifically talking and like giving examples of different aspects of battling to like teach people things. So
yeah, if things go well enough next season, I think we need to branch off into a monotype league, maybe. I don't know. That's just me. I always want to do.
You say that until you're the fire type and you run up against the water, rock, ground.
That's just how the cookie crumbles in monotype.
Like I said, if people want to run like a gym leader tournament in the off season, then We can do that. Everybody just draws a random type out of a hat and bracket up.
Goes off from there. Sure.
All right, next one. Tell me one thing you like about 5S. So we'll just read these out. Watching others' matches. It's giving me appreciation for some Pokemon I didn't previously like. So that's pretty cool. Pushing myself to my limits to try and attain victory. The competition, having more fun than expected. Working with a limited team is neat. The podcast is fun to watch. Thank you. Appreciate you, whoever you are. Being able to battle every week is in a fairly competitive way. I like all the great coaches and watching all the battles. I think the league has innovated a lot this season. I agree. I think we've done a lot of fun stuff this season. The people.
Hey.
The people. Was that you, Dave?
No.
Yeah, I know it was you. And no drama so far this season. Well,
Drama. Ooh.
we got another week left.
Yeah.
I could cook something up. Who wants to get banned?
Okay. Mr.
All right.
Dictator.
Tell me one thing you don't like about 5S. Facing Ryan. Was that you, Dave?
No, it wasn't.
Seeing my Pokemon faint so easily.
Oh.
Season is too short. I don't know, Dave.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think this has gone on for a long
plus
time.
like 3, like it.
It is too bad that not every team gets to fight each other. I mean, it's just me because I have the time to. I know not everyone does, but like I don't mind doing like 2 matches a week. But
Yeah, Dave, I gotta drag some people through the
that
desert
too.
to get them to schedule a 1 match every week.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna beg people to try and do 2. And I'm someone who I like to put some thought into my matches. So if I had to like get ready for 2, like I don't know.
That's a lot of time. Sure.
Yeah, it's not a lot of time. Like it usually takes me like an afternoon. Like I just sit down and like break it all down and everything.
And the whole afternoon, though.
Yeah. Okay, a morning at work when it's slow. But anyway. Slow, but it's to be expected considering it's pretty much just Ryan. I don't know what that means.
It's pretty much, that was me. I was saying it's slow going, but it's pretty much just you maintaining this whole thing.
Yeah, I know, man. Oh, my back.
Yeah.
So sore. That's okay. I know next season you said you're willing to kind of take over some responsibilities as far as like record keeping kind of goes.
Yeah.
Which will definitely help. And I know, spoiler alert, Juan of the Worcester Delibirds will not be competing next season, but he is still going to be working with us in an administrative role. So I haven't exactly worked out what I'm going to have him necessarily help out with, but I'm thinking he might be a liaison for the minor leagues sort of thing. That way, it's not like I'm monitoring 2 leagues. So he can kind of help out with that more prominently. But, yeah. All right, nothing. Oh, that's nice. Sometimes being forced into awkward team compositions. Well,
that was
better.
what I liked. I was the one who was saying working with a limited team is really neat.
Yeah, restriction breeds creativity. I would like the competition to be a little closer. Dynamax. So, I mean, that's a singles thing. Dynamax is very...
Are we going to have Dynamax in doubles?
Yeah, doubles will have Dynamax. Yeah. I don't know exactly what the rule is going to be.
That's fair. I also did not like Dynamax, but it kind of... I like the idea of only G-Max guys being able to Dynamax, because you can...
Yeah, because at least you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know who they have to Dynamax.
A little lame. Yeah.
All right, and the 2-time being undefeated.
Gotta up your game, then.
I soak in your rage. Show up and beat me. What would you like to see in future seasons?
I don't know.
Was that you, Dave?
No, it wasn't me. I like the answer.
We should have duplicate items. I'd like to give everyone leftovers, please. No.
Nah.
No.
It's the limit thing again.
I would give everybody Focus Sash. Just
That'd be pretty good too.
always survive a hit. Okay, pre-draft Pokemon list. So I think what this was some people wanted me to write all the names out on the tier list. I did that in one season and it took me forever. Just Google the Pokemon. New cup types, Lil Cup Mono type in particular. So that's you, Dave.
Yeah, that's me.
I know. Like I said, I mean, we're doing something similar to a Little Cup thing for the minors, but
Yeah.
Monotype I think would be more of like an exhibition style thing.
Sure, I gotcha.
Once
I
COVID's
understand.
done, in-person battles and finals will be nice. Yes, I have been wanting to do in-person playoff/finals, but ever since I started running this thing, there's been a freaking pandemic.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe
I'm
by this
also
time
all the way
year,
in Reno, so I wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to do any of that. That's a shame.
you can zoom in and we would show
Sure.
you on there. More
It's that
Mons. I mean, they just released more on Crown Tundra. What can I say? That's there's gonna be more. More
All the
competitive
stinky
balance.
legendaries.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough tier list to make.
Yeah.
More competitive balance. So I think with the changes we're seeing next season, we should see more of that.
Agreed.
No Dynamax if it's singles. The way it's set up is a good compromise, though. I agree with that. Definitely something. Again, I gave this to a league-wide vote if people wanted Dynamax or not, and the slight majority wanted it. So that's what we went with. You give the people what they want. You know, Trump, give the people what they want.
Oh,
2 out of 3 throughout the playoffs and 3 out of 5 in the finals. I think that's a lot of games, personally. But like I could see, I would start with 2 out of 3 from the Elite Four to the finals.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Also,
Although we might be doing something a little bit different with the doubles next season, so stay tuned for that. I got a lot of ideas swirling. I just need to, finish this season and then hash them out. Do you plan
this
on
is a
coaching?
nice result we're seeing.
Yeah. And the person who said no, I mean, we do know now that a few people are not coming back next season, but the one person who said no is actually coming back. So, like, I asked them personally, I was like, hey, are you really not coming back? And they're like, no, I am. I'm like, okay. Don't know why you put it there then. But we are losing 2 coaches, but we're gaining like 10. So.
Yeah. It'd be fun.
All right, these are questions more pertaining to YouTube. Do you watch the YouTube videos? 33% yes, all of them. Thank you. Put a lot of time into those. 55% yes, some of them. Good, you're very close to watching all of them. Keep it up.
Never.
And this person, this scum of the earth, has never clicked on one of my videos apparently. Is this you, Dave?
No, I'm in the blue.
Okay, thanks. You should try harder. All right, what content do you enjoy the most? 33% enjoy the podcast. 80, almost 90% enjoy the battles. So, of course,
battles are fun.
People like watching me win. Nobody likes the TCG content, but, I do.
We started this off as the game part of it. Nope, I don't think anyone was
Speaking
really
of TCG content, though, people, make sure you check out the Vivid Voltage Pack Battle Tournament that's going on right now for the next couple of weeks.
I actually did check that out.
Yeah.
It's one. Usually I don't look into the trading card stuff and the tier list stuff, but I looked into that and I didn't know what was going on. You guys you draw a card? Yeah, they do. Honestly, looking at them, it makes me kind of want to collect Pokemon cards again.
This was my round 1. I got the most points out of anybody in round 1 with these openings. But it's a double elimination tournament for those who aren't watching. So
I can't believe the HP values nowadays. I used to collect way back when 100 HP was a lot, but
crazy.
Oh my god, when they talk about was it power creep in card games, Pokemon must be like one of the worst offenders like ever. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
310 HP on
especially in
the
the last few
Togekiss there.
years. If you watch the Chansey, the original Chansey from Jungle,
Uh-huh.
I think it was from Jungle, right? Had the most HP for like 10 years.
How much was that?
It was like 180 or something.
And now we got Togekiss
and then
with
in the last
310.
5 years, there's been like a new highest HP like every other year or something.
What's the highest right now?
It's 300 and something. I'm not really sure. It might even be 400. There's like a Whale Lord card. It's like really high. All right. Do you want to record content? So this is for everybody else kind of recording. 55% they already record. Awesome. 22% plan to record and 22% don't record. So that's fine. If people ever want to look into recording and then using OBS like I do, I'd be happy to show people how to do that in the league. So if that's something you're interested in, because then you can just send me the video and then I can just post it. You don't have to hear my voice all the time. But you know, unless you like that sort of thing. All right, and what other content would you like to see? Maybe more live battles on the podcast. This is referencing the battle between the Myositis and the LA Kinglers was cool. The only thing is I can't capture the sound when we capture the live battles on here, which is kind of disappointing. A couple of not sure's. Other coaches besides Ryan with match commentary. I mean, I kind of just alluded to that. I like the live battles to hear the thoughts on their decisions. Otherwise, good quality of content. Just need better sound quality.
Which has improved.
I'm bad at sound mixing. What was that, Dave?
I said it's improved since the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
I remember looking
I'm
back at
still
like
lazy with the sound mixing though. I don't like go through the whole video, you know, to like make sure the sound's fine. I'm just like I'll just watch like the first 5 minutes and be like, okay, sound looks good.
Yeah.
And then usually something happens. But anyway, that's me doing everything. Anyway, maybe deck battles based around in-game teams. So I think this is about like making like TCG battles.
Okay.
And just like for funsies. Don't know. Some more casual battles between coaches for fun. I mean, anybody can set that up. Call Dave up. He would love to do it and record it. Trust me. A period. I know it's a Pokemon channel, but wouldn't mind seeing a podcast about what other games or hobbies the coaches are into. Yeah, I mean, we could always do that as a thing. I actually talked to the person who did this, and I was like, yeah, maybe during the off season we just have a whole podcast, invite a bunch of coaches, and just chew the cud.
Yeah.
So to say.
We got all these people hanging out, butting heads in battles all the time. I'm sure a bunch of them have similar interests.
Yeah, for sure.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah. So overall, I think good results from that. Some good feedback. Definitely some stuff I'm already kind of working on based on the feedback. So, okay, Dave.
Let's see.
Time.
What were the options here again? Let me.
All right. The 5S Season 3 MVP. We had Zeraora from your Boston Braviers. 14 KOs, 3 feints. The best Pokemon on the undefeated team. We had G-Max Rillaboom from the Driftvale City Dragapults. 15 KOs, 4 feints. Fearsome G-Max. We had G-Max Venusaur. Denver Ninetales. 14 KOs, 4 feints. Another scary G-Max. A lot of G-Maxes. I kind of hold that against them. You know, but that's me. That's my G-Max bias. G-Max Blastoise from the Minnesota Nidoking. 16 KOs, 5 feints. Again, another fearsome G-Max, especially after its Shell Smash. Unless you taunt it or put a sponge in front of it. And Urshifu Rapid Strike of the Montreal Milotics. 14 KOs, 0 feints. Who do you think, Dave? Who'd you vote for?
I think I forget who I voted. I either voted for the Rillaboom or the Urshifu. I forget which one. And I'm gonna say it's one of those that won.
All right,
I don't.
take a
I don't
look.
know. It was
Urshifu
Urshifu.
wins.
Yeah, I might have voted for him because it's just crazy how like it went. You know, Milotic said like 2 losses, and then they pick up Urshifu, and then they're winning. So it's like,
Yeah.
wow, obviously like he was
And
a
didn't
key
die
factor there.
at all
That too, yeah.
until this past game, but that's
Yeah.
playoffs. We don't count that. So I'm kind of disappointed though. My boy, I was the only one who voted for him. That's some bias. That's some damn bias. Anyway,
On what? Your part or their part?
well, yeah, it's bias on my part because it's my Pokemon, right? I'm surprised Denver didn't vote for her Pokemon. 0 votes for Venusaur.
Well, there have been times I've never voted for my Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like,
If it's like a clear choice, I won't. But
sure.
if it's close, give my boy some love. Anyway, congrats to Montreal and Urshifu Rapid Strike. Great job.
You gonna give him a shiny Urshifu?
Not
Is
available.
that possible? Yeah.
That's
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Is there a shiny Urshifu? Urshifu? No?
I mean,
it's
there
impossible
is,
to get it.
but you can't get it.
Oh, it's like you'd have to hack it or cheat it.
Yeah,
in order to get
something
it.
like that.
I don't
But
even
yeah.
have an Urshifu.
It's not available right now. Same
What's
thing
his-
like for
what's his
the
prize gonna be?
Galarian birds. Those shiny forms aren't available. So if you ever fight against a Galarian, Zapdos, Articuno, or Moltres and they're shiny, that person's a filthy hacker
Oh.
and report their ass. That's why.
Don't they look like the old versions?
Yeah,
I think that's pretty
really cool.
And
I
like
can't wait till
the
they're
current, the non-shiny versions look like the shiny versions of the old ones. That's kind of neat. Is that right?
No,
I know that the Zapdos does because the old
Zapdos
shiny
kind of
Zapdos was
does.
orange.
But the Moltres is
don't.
more of like a pink in its shiny form, and Articuno is just like a really light blue, like it's even like icier.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. But again, congrats, Montreal. So that's all we got for this week's podcast. Dave, anything you want to talk about before we sign off for the folks?
I don't know. This will probably be my last podcast for the season, so I'll just say that I had a lot of fun. It was cool meeting all y'all, fighting all y'all. I'm surprised how well I did, in a way, and I can't wait for season 2. I really can't wait for season 2 because I already have like a doubles team planned. But don't worry, it's nothing. It's pretty gimmicky.
There you go.
If
Dave,
it comes to fruition.
best of luck in your match this week. Sorry you have to lose.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I'm just afraid of Zeraora. I don't know what I'm gonna do against him, but we'll see.
You could I don't know. Run.
What have I got? I gotta. I don't even know if he's gonna be physical or special. That's the thing. I don't know if he's gonna be physical or special. So I don't know what I'm gonna do there. Yeah.
You never know now.
Yeah.
That's how we do it. All right, socialites. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay classy.